So I'm back on this thing doing yet another video. Yeah, today I got some kind of whatever this is. These two men blocking my breast. um, but I came on here because first I was triggered. Felt dang near triggered by um um the fire truck passing by the house, and and that's because, of course, the boys' so-called supposed to have been great aunt or whatever, she had called the fire department, the fire truck, when my lawnmower was smoking one time, and it pissed me off so bad. It's like they would try anything to just bother with me and get my attention and all that. And this is the thing, I'm gonna just be honest. I've seen her like trying to look at me and smile like she has done a good thing, or like she's been. No, you haven't. I'm not finna smile at you and stuff is not sweet. Period. I'm not finna do that with you. Um, and that lets me know that you got all types of bitterness on the inside. But she smiled or whatever, as if she was feeling good about herself, and that's a good thing. Good girl, feel good about yourself. But if you wrong and you didn't do the stuff wrong, you wrong, and I don't care for that. So she ended up calling the fire truck, the fire department, and I ended up calling on God as usual. That's what I do. And so yeah, I felt triggered this morning when I just seen it pass by, and it was kind of slowing down near my house, and I almost felt like, oh my God, are they coming here again? This is the type of stuff I have to deal with. Are they coming here again? And the fire, I should be feeling good about having the fire department come in if there was a true emergency. There was no true emergency. So it's like, are you serious? But that lets me know more about her character. Like, ain't nothing even going on, and you and just the thing, you didn't get a look of approval from me, so you felt the need, you found something to try to get some. It's okay, baby, because I stay prayed up. So that was the thing. You don't need to try to cause stuff to try to trigger me to pray, but when I do, he on your ass. Like, that's fine. So whether you here or anywhere else. So I guess that's the conclusion I'm coming to right now. Like, I'm praying, and God he gonna answer, but you might be surprised at how he answers. So anyway. And not to say that I can move God like that, but just, I'd be trying to be a woman after God's own heart. Like, I'd be trying to learn his ways, know him, all that good stuff. So, and more and deeper, that I don't really care to discuss. But with that said, that bothered me or whatever, even slightly, to the point where I was just like, let me get up and go make a video. But some good news came in today, and it was regarding finances and stuff like that. And again, I made contact with the with a friend that I had been talking to for, gosh, sheesh, I've been talking to him since like 2013, 2014. So, and never thought that I could really have a friend, long distance for this long. But I literally have a friend. Like, he reaches out to me. God puts me on his mind at certain times. I'm thankful. He's been on my mind, but I don't be reaching out like that. I really do kind of let him take the lead as a man, as a male, and be like, okay. And he does. And he, you know what I'm saying? Thank God. God never failed. It's been since November. December, January, February, March. So there's been 4 months that I ain't talked to him or whatever, but when we link back up, it's like we never left. And I appreciate that. And again, he has a wife, he has children and stuff like that, and I always asked him, is your wife okay? And he was like, she knows what I'm called to do. So, she's secure. That's what he's saying anyway. Now, it's been my experience that these people will lie. They will lie, but I'm not, what I'm saying? I'm not being inappropriate with him. He's not being inappropriate with me. So it's just the mere fact that he even reached out, and it makes a difference. Just him making contact with me and stuff like that, and I'm thankful. It really takes me to a higher place, and I really, honestly, when I touch bases with him, it's just, I experience like release and some relief. I'm still waiting on more relief, but release in my life, and good things and stuff occur. So So yeah, with that said, God was just bringing me back to Him, and again today, even if yesterday I was with Him and then I looked somewhere else. But yeah, I'm just making that as an example, not saying that I did. But some God allowed some finance to be released because I'm sitting here like, Lord, I really need my help regarding me and my kids, my boys, my children overall, because I just cannot exclude my daughter. Like, and speaking of, some other paperwork or whatever regarding her, uh, yeah, I don't even want to get on it, but some things that I've observed regarding that, and it's just like, and I'm not trying to turn a blind eye, deaf ear to none of it. I just want it done in the way that God would have it. I don't want it done according to the way the world system. Ooh, dog's just loose. I'm sorry. Hold on for a sec. Wow. Somebody dog's been got loose. Where's... That is so funny while I'm in the middle of my video. I'm trying to take a picture. Oh, somebody trying to get that dog. They just ran up there. Must be hers. Okay, so I have a lot going on in that moment. When some dogs get loose, I'm in the house, but they ran right through my yard. It was just, what if my kids would have been out there? They wasn't, but get y'all dogs. Them some pretty dogs. I don't know if they was German shepherds or whatever, but anywho, I was trying to fix this back to where the men can be on my breast. Come on, dude. So yeah, their dogs got loose, and what was I saying? I just want the God result. I don't want it how the system does it and stuff like that. I want it, if the system is dependent and relying on God, I do. I'll take that, but the system seems to be working for itself, and people relying on paychecks, they're not doing their jobs and stuff like that. So I just don't care for that part, that aspect. And it took me to go through some stuff to see that, I'm gonna just say there's parts of the system. Some I mean, I guess like anywhere, but there's some people that's just corrupt in the system, and to me, it's almost seeming like at least it's half and half. I almost want to say overall, but I'm gonna say half and half. 50% not corrupt, 50% corrupt, but they're in the same vicinity and stuff like that, and they're supposed to be working together, and they all supposed to be having that common goal of helping citizens and helping people and being fairly and being just. But I see too much unjust stuff going on, so I'm like, Lord, I'm gonna just sit this one out. I'm gonna just let you do it. So that's what I'm at, or whatever, regarding my daughter and stuff like that. And just the fact that I take into consideration how my daughter feels, and I've always done so, and I just always, as a mother, you want your child to be around her other parent, even if y'all not together, and of course, it shouldn't be that y'all are not together. You shouldn't have been having sex. I'm just be real. You shouldn't have been having sex if y'all ain't supposed to be together. Shouldn't have just been careless and having children. But I do thank God that my child is here, and I've gotten to know her, and I want it to remain that way, and I want to be close to her and stuff like that. So I just trust God with it, because if I make any other type of moves, I don't know how it could go. So I leave it at that. But it just brings me back to those thoughts and stuff. Just brings me back to the fact that some funds was released. It brings me back to thinking about how I'm like, Lord, please just send me my help. Send me somebody that's gonna be supportive of me, and almost could be considered that ride or die. But I'm not trying to die with nobody. I've been riding. I'm not trying to really ride with nobody like that no more. Or ride with and ride for nobody no more. But so we can kind of be light on the dying part, because I'm not trying to have nobody killed, but while riding. But where's my rider? Period. Like, where they at? And God just be reminding me, like, he ain't say he was no rider. He just was like, I'm here with you. You don't forget. And I need the reminder. I'm thankful, because when that money came in regarding helping get some bills paid and stuff like that, not just once this year, but well, one was coming into the new year, and then this one was this. He was like, "Yeah, I'm with you. I'm for you. I can use certain people to do it, to accomplish what I'm trying to get done in your life if they hearing from him, but I'm with you." And that's priority. So I'm trying to get that in the forefront of my mind. Like, I mean, and I know that he's with me, but I want him to be with me and whoever else I'm with. But because I still want to be with somebody. Um, be with somebody, be beside, walk beside him, stick beside him. That's mine, so I'm gonna stick beside him. But I really want them to be like that with me. That's mine. I'm gonna stick beside her regardless. You know what I'm saying? So that's that or whatever. But I was like, nope, I got you. And it just, it made me happy. It definitely did my heart some good with getting that type of help. Seeing that type of help come through. And I was waiting on it in another area to really be able to apply to another utility, and really on a large scale. Like, I've always wanted to be a homeowner and stuff like that. I wouldn't have minded building my stuff from the ground up, and I was trying to, but I just, at that time, I had another job, and I just felt like I was too tired to do both. Even though I was younger, and I don't even think I had no kids when I started having that mentality, and that's when I really should have took advantage of being up all day and all night. Yeah, building something, but I didn't. But I had the opportunity. I'm not going to sit here in front. I did have the opportunity. Now, did I have somebody to help me with building hours and stuff like that? I don't remember that part. I don't think I had, but I could have probably had some support and just didn't even know. And wish I would have went with that type of option and stuff like that, so wouldn't be having to deal with this. But when, well, with some of the stuff that came along with this, but when I did go out for it, there was somebody else sitting there. I was like, basically, that's what's for you. I was trying to get another opportunity, but yeah, basically, it was like, yeah, it's almost like they take the first opportunity that comes along. And over the years, some people have even asked me, am I still living in the same place and stuff like that? And it's like, I be wondering, like, why are y'all concerned about that? Why y'all so concerned about, unless you really want to know because you're trying to come by, but other than that, why are you concerned whether I'm living at the same location? Like, or if I'm doing the same thing I was doing last year or anything like that. Why? I just don't get it. I mean, one part of me just feel like, I mean, did y'all, you thought I should have better, or you thinking that, there's something else that I'm lacking or whatever? I don't know. And if it is, this is the thing. A lot of people, some of them people that be inquiring or mentioning, they know that somebody else that either they know or whatever, or that they influenced, have tried to contribute to me basically being like a left behind. And so, so to speak. Now that I can see it God's way, I'm not necessarily left behind or even lagging behind like sometimes I feel, but I am. I definitely could have been somewhere else further, what I deem as further, but I am still going at a good pace that's for me, and just, still trying to run my race. But anyway, not to get into all them details, but yeah, God was just reminding me that I'm here for you. I'm here with you. I'm for you. And again, not saying that he said he's a rider or anything like that, because it didn't need to be me riding with him for real. Uh, Let him be in control. Like they used to say, God, Jesus is the co-pilot. No, baby, God is the pilot. Period. Let him lead and guide. But so that felt good. I just could sense and feel God saying, God saying that. No, I didn't hear an audible voice. Not to say that I haven't. I have before, but I didn't hear an audible voice saying this. I just felt it on the inside, and I felt slight refreshed from yesterday from making contact with DG, and and I just I could feel it. Like some good things are in the works, and I'm actually putting my hands to certain stuff to get certain stuff done. I cooked those meals last night. My HelloFresh. Actually, I didn't take a picture of the meatball one that I did, but it came out good. I'm gonna freeze them because they were some big meatballs, and so I'm gonna freeze the rest of them. But I'm gonna probably eat like one of them today. But yeah, it came with some like jasmine rice, and I'm not fond of jasmine rice. I can do, um, yeah, I just don't really like jasmine rice like that. I don't like the. It was one time I ate it and had like a fragrant smell, and I just like flowers and stuff like that, and I don't really. I don't know. I just couldn't. So I had opted for a cauliflower rice, and they didn't send it. I don't know what they did. They did what they wanted to do. I guess people usually take the take the jasmine rice, but I wanted cauliflower rice, and I put that on there. I specified that. And anyway, so yeah, main thing felt good. To feel the Lord, hear from the Lord, and be reminded, because that's what he said yesterday. He was like the Holy Spirit on it. He said the Holy Ghost, but the Holy Spirit on the inside of me, you know, it just reminds me, just empowers me and stuff like that. And I can go through and read exactly what he said. I think I read it yesterday. Let me see. And then I responded something back to him. Then we just left it at that. I was just telling him that it was a daily struggle. I'm gonna read what I said too, but he said yes, but I know I have the power of the Holy Ghost living in me to overcome and conquer all the enemies of my soul. Amen to that. And I said amen. And so he asked me how I was doing or how I've been. He always say been, B-I-N. It's so funny. I said laugh out loud. You don't want to ask. I have much going on. Still haven't seen my daughter in over a year. She reached out in February. That was a breakthrough, but didn't decide to come home. I can tell she's brainwashed, and she doesn't refer to me as mom as usual, but now mama, which I'm fine with, but it doesn't seem to be her speaking, so I'm disappointed with that. I want my daughter at home if it's God's design and will. Also, other things with this neighborhood. These are some pretty reprobate-minded individuals in this neighborhood, but I just now realize it after over a decade. I'm just now getting the gist of how freaking, I don't want to call them crazy and stuff like that, but I'll be careful with my tongue, but they really show forth some craziness, some foolishness, some foulness. So it's so funny how you can reside somewhere for so long and still don't really know your neighbors. I don't like it too much. Too much witchcraft. Even after I've prayed for change, all change, seems to have reverted back to the usual somewhat. Not fully, but some. They still conspire. I can barely even check my mailbox or take out the trash without some foolishness trying to occur. I've resorted to doing an audio journal on YouTube to keep track of things and document. I know the word says love keeps no record of wrongdoing, but I have felt the need to document things for mine and my kids' safety. I'm still trusting God for relief, and I put that in capital letters, and change, but I don't know. I feel very shaken and sometimes nervous, paranoid, and scared. It's bothering my physical nervous system. It's exhausting. Yet and still don't have a physical helper with my sons, and my health is changing. I've gained a lot of weight in the last year or two. It's crazy. I want things to get much, much better for me. I'm still hanging in there, but my heart has these small spasms and flutters. Anyway, glad to hear from you. Hope all is well and your loved one. He said, okay, let me read now. And he, yeah, anyway, he said, I fully understand what you're saying because I'm facing, facing the same thing. I said, oh, wow, yes, it's tough sometimes. And that's when he went on to say that. And then I said, I know I get discouraged because I don't have the man male cover. So my emotions change daily. Which I'm just now coming into that understanding. Like, what? I need a man to help regulate my emotions like that? Not to say that he will do it, but you know what I'm saying? Evidently, I had to say, to me, acknowledge, hey. And honestly, when the boy's dad was around, he told me to channel my anger, but that was like a small part of it. And he did, no, oh gosh, she got emotions all over the place or whatever when I didn't notice it. And so anyway, I said I asked for help and prayed many years for a covering, but still nothing. And now I'm no longer interested in the boys' dad. And I'm glad because it took me a long time to get past that. So I've been patiently waiting for God to send for help. I'm beyond ready to give up on many things in this life. But God seems to revive me when I'm feeling ready to give up completely. So I just keep going, but it's a daily struggle. So that was my response back to him. And then we just left it at that. And I know that he's a man of the word and he's a man of prayer. Some people be like, he's a man of the cloth. Boy, they just get on my nerves and stuff like that. Don't reduce. I don't know. Are you talking about the prayer cloth? What are you talking about? The robe they wear? I don't know. But anyways, he's a man of God. A true man of God. And so yeah, I'm thankful. I used to talk to him on a more regular basis, shoot, almost every day, every 2 days or whatever, which I guess is good when you can get down to not having to say nothing. So it lets me know I'm in a different space, even though I don't always feel like it. And even with, having made certain mistakes that I feel like I made, God still know how to even keep you. You might not you might or might not go to a different level, but he still know how to keep you at the place where he brought you to. So you don't got to go backwards. And really, I was feeling like, oh, I'm getting ready to have to. And really, my dream showed me that I was going to, I don't know, go through certain emotions that I felt like I had already bypassed. But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I just feel a type of way because I feel like I participated in allowing people to pull me in a direction that I was not trying to go, whether it was left, right, up, down. A lot of times it was left and down, not right and up. But yeah, just pull me in directions that I'm like, I'm not interested in that. It's just no shape, form, or fashion, no type of way that I'm interested in doing what you're talking about or what you're getting at. And yeah, it is what it is. So. But focusing on the goodness of God and the fact that you ain't got to worry about a certain utility right now. Hallelujah. I'm hoping something comes through for another one. And then it's other things like certain debts that I feel like I have that I want to get out of and stuff like that. And I don't want to buy stuff that's going to break real quick and stuff like that. Thinking about getting my son this Tamagotchi, like old school, but then with the new school twist, so they like $50. They used to be cheaper than that. Thinking about getting him that. We saw it. It came up. See, stuff comes to my mind, but I still be like, I don't know if I want to get it. Even after I talk to them and tell them and stuff like that. I don't be wanting to get their hopes up and not get the stuff. But that's one thing. I don't want to just be about getting stuff. I want to actually get stuff that invest in the future. And I'm not saying today doesn't matter. Today does matter. And I want them to enjoy today just as much as I want them to be able to enjoy the tomorrows and stuff like that when they get older. But I just feel like, man, I got put in a position where I can't focus on nothing but mainly their future. I can feed them, you know, make sure they wash, make sure the utilities, but I really can't. I really don't feel like I can afford to get anything else for them today. And that's what's irking me. You know, even the smallest thing, that thing is $50, which, you know what I'm saying, I got it in the bank, but that don't mean that I got it to do that or whatever. So trying to make wiser decisions. And that's one thing that regarding their dad kind of left me with some confusion, like, dang, I thought I could do this, but I guess I can't. And you know, that's what I feel like. And it's like, to me, it is like a retarded remedial type spirit that like just tried to dumb me down. In 1 minute it tries to catapult me like I can do anything, but then it tries to bring me back to a certain type of reality, like, nah, you thought. And so it just pisses me off with that or whatever. So I am just kind of sitting tight, like, Lord, please send me the right opportunities, things that's for me, that I can do, that is within my abilities to do. That I'm not hyping myself up and thinking, oh, oh, I can do this. But when it comes to my kids, you know, I do want them to be entertained, but I want them to be me as their mother. My priority is them trusting God. And a lot of times that just does not come with being entertained first. The entertainment is later, baby. And it might be a lot later. And for them, I don't want it to be a lot later. But it's just, you know, that's how I've been. I've been shown around and entertained and stuff like that. But let me say, I was in places that where I can be entertained, but I wasn't focused on that. And that's the thing. When my kids are in entertainment, I want them to be able to focus fully on enjoying themselves, being entertained, taking that in, learning from it, you know, laughing, not their mind being somewhere else. And that's how it was. You know, I do kind of look back. I'm like, Lord, I wish I would have took advantage of being in them places and really had fun. Now, when I got older, honey, I took advantage. I was like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm not about to be. And it was to the point where some people make it seem like I didn't have kids as responsibility, but I did. I still kept my eyes on my kids. But one of my children, when I had let somebody watch my child in the same location that I was at, my child got lost, and somebody had to bring him up and you know, to me to find him. You know, of course, it makes me upset at their dad for that, because he could have went. He could have went to this place. He chose not to for whatever reason. But he could have went with us, or even came down and met or whatever. But he chose not to. And when I think about that, that brings me back to like feeling kind of hurt again. He had opportunities to choose to go with us. We was going to a amusement park one time. We went to another place where you can, you know, a resort, like twice, and he didn't come none of those times. He did. He gave me money to go to the first one, and then the second one, some money came through. He didn't necessarily give it to me, hand it to me, but some money came through when we was going, and it helped. It helped, and that's one thing I gotta acknowledge, that it helped. Some things that come from his direction help. And he told me a long time ago, I ain't the type to just give people $50, whatever. Okay, and I guess he was he was comparing himself to my daughter's dad, whatever, which he wasn't even. My daughter's dad wasn't even doing that. My daughter's dad was doing something. I'm not gonna sit here in front, but he wasn't doing that consistently. He was consistently trying to get us fat and eating and stuff like that. That's a good thing, but he wasn't, you know, I'm more so focused on the business aspect of it. Like, I got business, baby. We can eat later, and we can all sit down and eat together. That's what I was thinking in my mind. But you know, today I'm not. So I don't even want. I had to quickly shut that down, because it's like, I'm good. As much as I used to want to eat with y'all and sit with y'all, and you know what I'm saying, I don't want to sit with y'all. I don't want to sit with y'all. I'm good. And it's not that I'm better than y'all. It's just that, yeah, I am trying to get my mentality at a better place. I'm already gaining all this weight. Y'all want me to sit and eat because I like to eat. And I'm not going to be able to be good for nothing else. Absolutely not. The devil is a lie. And I thank God that God reminded me that the devil is a lie when it comes to that. But it ain't stopped these roles and stuff from trying to creep up on me. And so, and then when you get there, the ones that's been feeding you, oh, you fat, you bigger than me. I mean, talking, it just showed me his true colors real quick. Hey, boy, mind your business. Mind your business. And just keep looking at me and stuff like, boy, don't you realize that we made a mistake when, I ain't gonna say having my daughter, but made a mistake linking up in that type of way that contributed to having our daughter, and you're still even looking in my direction as far as how I'm looking, how much weight I'm gaining, what I'm doing. That ain't none of your damn business. It's okay to have a concern about somebody that you've been with, because I have some, and have a healthy concern. But that stuff is toxic because you want to think you're going to control me and run me and stuff like that, and you're not. I'm not married to you. I don't claim you. Yeah, I know the Bible says when you lay down with somebody, you become one with them. I'm not with you. Okay, I disconnected. I'm not no longer becoming one with you at all, and I don't have a desire or urge to. Now, only because he's a male, what I'm saying, that if it came down to a female being the last one in the world who liked me and him, he don't like me, but I'm definitely gonna choose him because that's reproduction. But that's it, and that's never, and you know what I'm saying, that's never, I don't see, that's never gonna happen. I don't see it anyway. That would be the only way, and that's because God, I want to reproduce. Other than that, never. My boys' dad definitely would be, he would be first. Okay, if it was three of them, I'm definitely choosing my boys' dad. That's just that. And and even as that's crazy, it might be that I should not choose him at all and should have never chose him at all. But I'm not at that place. Yeah, I don't like him. I'm at that place where I don't like him and I don't choose him now. I know I'd be going off into the tangents and getting deep or whatever, but yeah, I don't choose him now, and so that's why I was just saying I'm not trying to sit with y'all, because there was one point in time where I was trying to sit with everybody together and we're gonna do this, and you know what I'm saying. But no, and of course they have their own lives and their own mentality and stuff. But just the mere fact that y'all couldn't try to come together on some little stuff, and then the one day that they did come together, I definitely didn't have nothing. I mean, I'm sure I prayed regarding the will of God, but I didn't have it was over here in this vicinity where they did, what I'm saying, have agreement. So that's the good thing, and God allowed me to observe it and witness, but I didn't make it happen or anything like that. My daughter's so-called dad was picking her up from here, and the boys' dad was at work, and I didn't think that he was going to come back, but he came. I think he might have told me he was on his way, but he came and showed up at the time that her dad was leaving, so they decided to go in and talk or whatever. And my daughter's dad, that's the only way he can move me. He's like, take her in the house. Yeah, when it's regarding her, you can speak to me about stuff, but even at this point now, I don't want you speaking about me. That's how I feel. That's not necessarily how I will operate. When it comes to my daughter, I'm still probably going to take heed to some things that her dad say. I might not even like it, don't want to hear it, don't even want to talk to him, don't want him saying shit to me. He better send me a mail, an email, or something like that. That's the only way you gonna get it to me, because he know I don't deal with him. He know I don't. But he told me to take my daughter in the house because he wanted to talk to him. And I could have took her in the house and just left her in and came back out. But I didn't, because I'm just a woman that's like, I'm not gonna get in grown men's stuff, even though I'm right here. I was right there watching and observing. But yeah. But there was a point in time where they started laughing and they dapped each other up. But I hope God brings back to that memory. But at the same time, prior to that, my daughter's dad was too invested in my life. People were going back trying to tell them what they thought was going on between me and the boys' dad. Telling him that we were fighting and he was abusing me. He was abusing me. He was verbally abusing me. He wasn't really physically abusing me. Because, baby, if anybody was doing the physical abuse, it would have been me. It would have been me. If it wasn't justified. It was justified. Whatever I did to him, it was justified, because don't play with me like that. Don't play on my top like that. Don't bother with me like that, because I'm not bothering with you in that type of way. I'm not trying to tamper with your mental and mess you up. I guess he was trying to reprogram. I don't know. I'm scared to even speak, because I don't even necessarily. I'm like, Lord, if that's what he was doing. But now I don't know. I'm not going on that. But But yeah, that was the only way my daughter's dad could get me in the house. My daughter's so-called dad could get me in the house. But I decided to stay in. Like, nobody kept me in. I just was looking because I was already feeling the type of way when the boys' dad pulled up. I had already started. Mind you, I'm saying the boys' dad, but one of my boys wasn't even born yet. It was before. I believe it was. Yeah, it was before 2015. I guess so. It had to been 2014 or whatever. I remember telling somebody about it. And I told somebody about it out of excitement. I was glad, and maybe they hated on it or whatever. Like, no, no, man, they ain't supposed to be. What? They need to be getting along. And people just didn't like that power I operated in. But anyway, um, I stayed in the house. I just observed, and I couldn't hear really nothing that they were saying. But I seen them start laughing, and I seen them dap each other up. But then I seen my boys that apologized in front of my daughter's so-called dad. My so-called boys' dad apologized in front of my daughter's so-called dad, not my so-called daughter, because that's my daughter, and that's just on period. And Lord knows, I'm scared to even take everything that comes along with that. But that's my child. That's mine. I'm stick beside her. But no, and yeah, and I will say in the way that God has me to. But observed that they dapped each other up, and it was significant because 2012 or so, something like that, my boy's dad had went somewhere, probably he had no with people he had no business with, and we had just had a baby. He was at a strip club, looking dusty, might I add, because what he had on, because he came straight to me. He was like, I seen your baby daddy at the strip club. He ain't dapped me up. He tried to play me. I was like, what? And I know that's my daughter. I know that's how he do. If he don't want to deal with you, he more than likely is not gonna fake or front. I ain't seen him be fake or front or anything like that when it comes to that at all. The first time I seen him like kind of cower down was in front of when he had a new girlfriend or whatever, and he was, I guess, scared of how it was gonna go or whatever. I don't know how he was feeling. Might not have gave a damn, but he stayed in the house and he didn't come out and introduce or nothing like that. I guess he thought I was gonna feel like, boy, move on, move on. I am not standing in your way. I'm just over here. At that time, I was over here still trying to get some food from his mama. Didn't like her barely, and was still communicating with her. And they didn't even introduce me. So I'm just like, well, I'm at a different type of level. I am not standing in your way. And again, I would have been good with this female had I think she definitely got humble, but I would have been good with her had she not they always try to come at me when they doing something wrong. And it's like, no, we're not going to do that. I don't care for that. So, me personally, this is how I feel. Like, hey, I can deal with you at a distance or whatever the case may be. But then it trickled down to the next generation where her daughter putting her hands on my daughter, and it was in the vicinity of where his so-called mom, it happened at his so-called mom's house or whatever, and that pissed me off. So I was like, oh no. And then if me and her could connect and talk, and we could sort things out, I'm good to go on that. But anyway, I don't know. I don't want to go off onto that because that's not what I'm talking about. So anyway, they dapped each other up. It was significant because his boy's dad claimed he tried to play him. I told one of my so-called my previously called aunts about it. She was like, they childish, they immature, they worrying about something like that. She really tried to downplay it now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, she like and it was immature to me, but I wanted him to express his feelings to me. But I just told him, I was like, you should have just told him about, you ain't worrying about that. You coming home to me. Shit, if you wanted to really get him upset or whatever, but my I guess the boys is that confidence level. Maybe that's where he lacked confidence at or whatever. I'm like, you need to stand up in it and be confident. I always tried to encourage him regarding that, but I guess his confidence was lacking because he wasn't able to encourage me with that same energy. Like, oh, I can't ensure that to her that I'm not dealing with nobody else. So it is what it is. And now, baby, I don't want to sit with you. I will sit. This is the thing. I don't want to sit with them. I'll sit. I'm not going to even say I will sit somewhere in the same whatever with them. I'm just saying, if it had to happen, they better be somewhere across the room or whatever. I don't want to be around y'all. And that's just that. I'm forgiving, but I'm not finna sit around y'all. But yeah, I was trying to build up, and they claim that I don't work well with others. No, baby, I'm just not finna get on y'all. Whatever you got going on, where you trying to play a female. I wasn't trying to play my boys with dad or anything like that. I was seeking him for help, genuine help, and I was being honest and upfront with him. And of course, I knew I had my daughter. He knew I had a daughter, so you know I got somebody else that's there. But I'm not with him. Whatever he got going on, I'm not with him. Again, I try to relate to him and get with him when it comes to raising our daughter. But as far as me being with him, because yeah, he would just do little stuff to try to irk dude. And I'll tell her, I said, what's up? I'm like, and I didn't even know people be doing stuff like this for real. I seen this stuff on TV, but he really did this. I'm like, you really gonna play like that and try to intervene with stuff like, okay, well, so let it backfire. You know, as far as the information that comes in here, let it backfire, let it continue to backfire on both of them, as far as I'm concerned, because both of y'all trying to impress one another. You're not even focused on the female who's here, the woman. That means there's too many N-words out here, too many ninjas out here trying to impress one another, and that's what you invest in your energy in. Y'all, that's suspect. That's beyond suspect. Honestly, it's just flat out gay. And I mean, I was living like that somewhat at a certain point in time where, you know, I cared so much what a female thought of me as opposed to what the man. But I really do. I care what the man think about me, but I just be like, when you get up close and personal and you see what's really going on, then you help me to adjust. But yeah, I guess we do live in a world where other females trying to impress other females, and I really need to start with that change today of not giving a damn about what these females think about me. I'm not trying to compete with y'all. I'm not trying to, honey, if you cute, you cute. If you're not, you're not. Or you're not that attractive, you're not. I'm me. I'm not worrying about y'all. So anyway, that's that on that. But I don't know. I still like keeping my head covered. That's how I feel. But I don't know. I forgot had me to do it. That's just what's gonna happen. I just want to be confident and encouraged to just live my truth. Definitely live truth. But yeah, like people say, live my truth and bask in it, honey. I'm just sitting here looking at these pictures of me from when I was younger. You couldn't tell me, honey. Even my hair was all over my head. I was like, I'm still cute. I'm still cute. Don't play with it. I don't know how I got here from what I was talking about, but yeah. So I'm not gonna make plans about how I will deal with or lack of interaction with my children's fathers, but my stay is I don't want to deal with them. I feel like I can love them at a distance, and I can continue to forgive them if I stay at a distance. Because if I stay around you, or if I be up close and personal, I'm gonna want to bust you in your face. I'm just being real. I'm gonna bust you in your face, and you know that might lead you to want to get to fighting because you might be embarrassed just with your pride. You don't want to just let me bust you in your face in peace. And I want to bust you in your face because you did some stupid stuff and you're doing some stupid stuff. And so then that'll be a type of war. And I don't want no war and stuff with them. So I just want to go on about my business. Like, for real. I want to go on about my business. And, you know, I know it's real out here. I know you go on different scenes and sets and stuff like that. And stuff. And I don't even want to go on nobody's set, baby. I'm not a set type of person, set tripping. Here's a little gun. This is the only gun we got up in here. And it's so funny because they daddy told me not to have no guns in here. But one's still in here, baby. some type of way. And my thing is, honey, my so-called dad is in the military. Was in the military. So if anybody know guns and stuff, guess what he do? So, and I just wasn't ever around. But my so-called mom, she told me, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. So, you know, I'm just trusting God to help me to understand what's what. I don't live by the gun, but I'm just as sure as I held this gun right here in my hand, baby. You don't think that I won't pick up one and be like, oh, you know, I don't know. But anyway, not to go off and get on that. I don't want to foolishly pick up no type of guns. It's only self-defense if it's the case or something like that, you know. But other than that, I don't want to just be going around waving a gun. You know. Sometimes I ain't gonna say I feel like going around waving a gun, but I do be on that Nicki Minaj about pulling up on the op and do we have a problem? Like, I ain't gonna front. I feel like that because I feel like they didn't try me just far too much. So in order to just stop you from continuing to try me, I just be feeling a type of way like, yeah, this is how we're gonna handle this. But like I said, that's my feelings. You don't let your feelings dictate. You let your feelings indicate that, yeah, there might be a problem, but you don't let it dictate what you're gonna do. After that, I like to go through like my son's videos. If any of his videos pop up on my YouTube thing. But yeah, I'm actually going to close out with that Onika Mirage. Do we have a problem? Nicki Minaj, I was light sleeping on her. Just light. I mean, her stuff is always catchy, but somebody else kind of had to open my eyes too.
The rules are just like horse.
Was sleeping on her. She did sound dumbed down. Just the stuff that she was saying, it sounds dumb. She just is not as quote unquote, wasn't as quote unquote eloquent as some that I already knew. But she out there. But I think it's something else that pushes her to be at that place too. But I'm not gonna go into all that. That's my mood at times, and again, I know that's probably gonna get copyrighted or whatever, but if I'm good on it, it is what it is. Let me bring this video to a close. Go eat one or two of my meatballs. I made a meatloaf and some other stuff too, but I gotta finish the meal. I was just too tired to finish the meal last night. And this stuff that I cooked, I'm just gonna freeze it. I have already prepared it, so I'm gonna freeze it. Yeah, HelloFresh has actually done me some bit of a good. It helped me. I realize now you can make a bunch of sauces with sour cream and hot sauce. So simple. It's been right there in front of my face the whole time, but I never mixed it and tried it or whatever. But made a whole bunch of drizzles or crema with sour cream and hot sauce and stuff like that. Yeah, I got other meals. I'm gonna make this silky penne pasta today. And like I said, a lot of this stuff I'm gonna have to end up freezing. Then they sent this chocolate chip loaf cake. Oh my god, it was so good. But anyway, I'm going. I'm just keep bumping my gums.